Would you love to have more vitality, intelligence, beautiful energy when you wake up in the morning and having a great expression of physical power? Then eat more fresh, clean fruits that are helping nourish your body with beautiful quality substances that Mother Gaia provides. It's time to get back into alignment with nature. It's time for this world to shift our energy and our focus on eating high quality natural substances that the earth provides. Things such as citruses, melons, grapes, strawberries, veggies, fruits, and salads. Things that are going to nourish us, that are high quality, fast digesting substances that flow through the digestive system easily, that can be eliminated fast and can be utilized quickly by the body, having the cells be nourished and have the substances that can help build cellular strength, that can help your organs function properly, and also fruits that help clean out the body and help revitalize your life force. I'm here to share a little bit of my story in which I have gone through and my personal journey on eating healthier, cleaner, and more naturally in alignment with Mother Earth. I personally went through a 5-year-long depression. Before that, I was eating, working on becoming vegan, and I was eating healthy things, and I was doing stuff in the community, and I was working on my spiritual consciousness. And then I went through a 5-year depression where I didn't care at all. I was eating, microwave food, chicken nuggets, White Castles. I was eating, pot stickers and French fries and pizzas and just crap, canned food, all this shit, because I didn't care about my life. And so I did that for like 5 years. And actually, I used to hoard, because I was going through this 5-year-long depression. I would hoard food in my room because I didn't want to talk to my family. And so I would, at nighttime, go out to the kitchen and I would microwave all my food. I'd make mac and cheese. I would do some preparing of food, and then I would all bring it into my room and have a ton of it sitting on my desk where I'd play video games all day long, and I would just eat that. And I would eat it, and I wouldn't move a lot, and I would literally pee in cups in my room, and I would, when people would go to sleep, I would come out at night and I would pour the cups of pee out in the toilet, and I would literally not shower for 4 or 5, sometimes 6 months, and I would stink, and I felt like shit. And I was dirty, and I actually had, I had toe issues, because there was so much dirt and filth that my toes would get kind of grimy and dirty and disgusting, and the layers of skin got so thick on my body and from my feet, and I would literally sleep for 16 to 18 hours a day. And I would have nightmares, and I wouldn't care about my life, and I wanted to die. I wanted to kill myself. And so, after that all got taken care of, and I got out of that depression because I had some beautiful things happen to me where I was playing video games, and I started making 3D models for this company's game called City Skylines. And basically, from doing that, I was able to receive some money for providing a building pack where we sold it to the fans for $5 a pack, and I got a certain amount of money for doing so. And that helped me to propel my life in the right direction, get out in my own place, and finally get back into alignment with my truth, that I am a spiritually conscious human being that is working for the embetterment of my health, the embetterment of helping humanity raise their vibration, being more worthy and confident and charismatic to express their creativity. And so, but one of the things that is essential to elevating your mind is the fruit, is the veggies and the high quality plant life forces that are going to help you live in alignment with the divine nature of law. That God provided us exactly everything we needed in the forms of fruits that are ever producing, that aren't needing to be slaughtered and are not needing to be highly processed with machinery. Everything is there for us to pick off the tree, off of nature, and help our lives live long. So after 5 years of that depression, what happened was I started to move around a lot. I started riding my bike, walk around town, and after 2 weeks, I was at my dad's house and I had opened up a jar of olives and had a few olives. And then all of a sudden I felt like really sick to my stomach. And I was like, oh, I felt like I was getting punched. And I was like, I had to go to the bathroom and vomit. And so I did. And when that happened, from that point on, I just was vomiting. I couldn't sleep all night. I literally was in so much pain. I thought I had to go to the hospital, dude. I was like, dude, I've never had this kind of pain in my fucking life. I need to go to the hospital. And I never did. And the next couple days, I was like in such pain and agony. I couldn't sleep. I was on the bed. And I couldn't even work on the computer or do anything because I didn't feel like it was hurting so bad. And I got a massage and that didn't help. And I went to the chiropractor. They took some readings. They said I was off the charts in pain. And they did this like electric pad therapy on me to try to stimulate something. That didn't work. And for like 2 weeks, I was like in the bed and I couldn't do anything. And I was like, dude, when is this going to end? And then all of a sudden I peed in the toilet and I saw like little stones, and it was fucking kidney stones. And yeah, when they say that kidney stones are some of the worst pain you ever had in your life, they ain't lying, dude. It hurts terribly. And the reason why was because I had gotten it because the acidic foods I was eating was building up in the body. And when you eat a lot of acidic foods and you're not moving, the deposits will build up in the kidneys. And eventually, if you start moving, it's going to have to release. So if you haven't been moving and you've been eating a lot of food that's acidic, be aware that that could be a thing, and it's most beneficial for you to remove that as soon as possible if you can. Start exercising, start moving your body, because you do not want kidney stones in your body. It's going to hurt you in the long run. And actually, if you look online, there's pictures of people have massive kidney stones from not moving or not eating properly. But anyways, after this depression and I came out of it, I started eating healthier, what I thought was eating healthy. And, I'd have a lot of rice and beans and, potatoes and a lot of these other things that really aren't totally beneficial to the body at all. They're highly full of starch, and that can slow the body down. It can cause issues, especially things like grains and pastas and potato chips and crackers and just all these things, even hummus. Hummus is a big mucus causer. I have had so much mucus from eating bowls of hummus. Even they say it's healthy for you. It's my personal experience. It has not been healthy for me. Every time I would eat a bowl of hummus, I would actually feel my vibration lower down. I'd feel a little bit more depressed, and I'd end up with mucus the next day. Right away, actually, I would end up feeling mucus right away, and then the next day I would have a lot of mucus after eating a bowl of hummus. And so my suggestion would be to get rid of those corn-related products, starchy things, and start eating more vitality through the form of berries, melons, citrus, and salads, eating coconuts, eating beautiful apples and pears and papayas, and things that are going to nourish your body, cucumbers, tomatoes, and good quality things like peppers, especially peppers, because peppers have capsaicin, and basically that is going to help with your blood flow. It's going to help heat up your body and eliminate things. And that's why you sweat. Sweat is a good way of releasing toxin, releasing old energy. It also, the peppers will go through your digestive system, and it's like a natural laxative which will help release anything that's been in your digestive system as well. Grapes are very astringent, as well as pineapples, and having citruses like such as lemons and oranges. All these things are like solvents that will pull on the toxins in the body and help release anything that has been stagnant or stuck in your body. And some people have gone through decades of having feces, old feces in their intestines that have been sitting in there for a decade or longer. This is why some people develop colon cancer. This is why some people develop diseases, is because they haven't eaten properly. And so what happens is the intestines can fill up with a lot of old waste matter, and it gets caked in the walls of the intestines from eating processed foods or meats or, sticky substances such as, rice and other things that are very gluey, right? And so when you eat these things like grapes and watermelon, citrus and pineapple and things of that nature, it's acidic, and it helps get rid of the lining that has been caked up. It starts to eat away at the old feces and the old junk, and it starts to break away that debris. And it's going to take time. It's going to take maybe sometimes years for some people. Most of us, I'm sure, have grown up in this American culture where we grew up eating candy, and we had meat, we had fast food McDonald's and all this garbage, and we eat potato chips, and we had lots of processed cookies and cakes and all of this junk. And well, that stuff, even if you're skinny, you might be thinking, oh, I'm skinny, I'm healthy, I'm good. But the thing is, it's like, skinny does not mean that you're healthy, okay? Skinny can just mean that you're not overeating. There still could be junk. If you've been eating unhealthily, those things can still be stored in your body. I know when I was skinny and I was eating a lot of meat, I was getting constipated. It was hurting so bad. Sometimes, I would literally have this happen regularly, where I would hurt so bad on the toilet for 40 minutes that I couldn't shit out, that to the point where I finally decided to start taking a Sharpie pen, right? A Sharpie marker. And I would stick it up my butt and twirl it around just to release the poop, to relieve myself, because it was in such anguishing pain. And so getting rid of these substances will help clear you. I haven't had any issues with the pain that I had when I was a child, since I've stopped eating meat, since I've stopped eating crappy foods. And another thing is drinking sodas and coffee and energy drinks and these things that aren't serving you. Even kombuchas. I know people think that kombucha is healthy. Perhaps it can be in moderation, but from my experiences, I had kombuchas regularly, and I actually had gotten a bacterial infection in my toes. And I'm going to show you a picture of that right now. And so you can see that here is the toe that came off. It was for 4 months straight. I had this bacterial infection. I tried everything to get rid of with tea tree oil, oregano. I tried foot baths with Himalayan salts and other kinds of things in it. And for 4 months I tried this. It didn't work out. And I eventually had to break down and get some antibiotics and take them for a week. And that finally helped it go away. But as you can see, my toenail kind of lifted off. It's been coming in new. I thought it was going to break off. I was like, dude, my toes are going to be ugly for the rest of my life. But, thank God they're growing back out. So if you're going to drink kombuchas, be careful. Don't overconsume, because you can have an over buildup of bacteria, because it is a probiotic. And so that's something to be on the watch out for if you're drinking those. Also, the coffee is actually a neurotoxin. It affects the adrenal glands. It actually stresses them out. It can cause you to, with the caffeine as well, it can cause you to have less energy, because you can't sleep as well. And it can keep you off a circadian rhythm. You might be addicted or rely on it, and you need it in the morning to feel energized. Whereas you could replace coffee and kombuchas and, energy drinks with something more healthy, and it's actually going to give you a lot more energy in the long run, is juicing, getting yourself a high quality, like centrifugal juicer or a slow masticating juicer, which is preferable. And I'm actually going to link you the Omega juicer that I think is high quality in the description below. Also, I'm going to link this orange press juicer for citruses as well that I have bought. And you can start to make your own homemade juices, pineapple juice, celery ginger juice. You can make, anything, watermelon juice, oranges. You can create beautiful, healthy, fresh juices that are going to be the most quality that you can get, because when you buy cold pressed juices at the store, they're still been sitting around aerated, right? Whereas if you can buy whole fresh fruits and you blend them yourself right there, you will get that fresh energy, the most, pure, right off the shelf, the most fresh it can be. Another thing that I'd like to share with you is to get off burritos. I would go to like Chipotle a lot and I would eat burritos. And I know some people go to Taco Bell. And I don't know if you watch my friend Shane Sterling on Raw Vegan Rising on his channel, but he talked about his past where he ate tons of Taco Bell and he said he felt the most depressed he ever felt in his life. You should check out his channel as well. But get rid of the burritos, get rid of the Chipotle and the Taco Bell. It's not serving you the meat, the bread, God knows what puts in it, because Chipotle is run by Coca-Cola, right? And Coca-Cola is super acidic and terrible for the body. And they actually use it to take rust off of nails. And they use it in the police force to get blood off of streets. So what is it doing to your body, right? Some people even use it to clean toilets with it. It's a super acidic. It's terrible for your body. Stop drinking Coca-Cola. Stop drinking sodas. And start to replace it with high quality juices. Another thing that would be beneficial to you is to get rid of pizza, where it's a bready substance. It's got tons of dairy product cheeses, which is mucus forming, and then they cook it and it takes away a lot of the nutrients, and then they put, sauces with like oils in it and all this stuff, and pepperoni or like sausage. Just get rid of the pizzas. I know that it may taste good, and I know pizzas are delicious, but I even went through my own struggle where I was eating clean for like a year or two, and then all of a sudden I just had this pizza kick, and I had one pizza, and then all of a sudden it was pizzas every couple, like twice a week, and then it was like, pizzas like every day. I was like, get another pizza, get another pizza, get another pizza, and I was eating pizzas for like a good 6 months. Recently, in the past year and a half, it would happen to go, and I was like eating pizza, and I finally broke that habit. And I think that it's important that we get back into eating. If you want to eat pizza, eat a slice of watermelon. Eat a nice round disc of watermelon, sliced off the whole thing. Anyways, I think that getting off of pizza is a very healthy thing to do. And also another thing to get rid of is McDonald's. Get rid of Burger King, Wendy's, Jack in the Box. Get rid of hamburgers. They're not serving you. You have to think about energy transfer, all right? Energy has to go somewhere. And what happens is when these cows are being grown, right, and taken care of in the slaughter pens, basically what happens is these cows grow up and they've been tortured, abused, stressed out, and controlled, and put in a space where it's super tiny and they can't move, right? And so what do you think that does to their psyche? It makes them think sad thoughts, depression, like unhealthiness, because they can't move, right? And what happens is when they get taken to the slaughterhouse and killed, they know they're going to die, right? So they feel that stress, and because they feel that stress and that fear, that cortisol and those emotions, those adrenaline goes through the body and through the bloodstream, and then they get killed. Well, those hormones and that energy and that fear-based being is literally being sold, right? And by eating that meat, you literally are taking on fear, hatred, abuse, turmoil, stress, suffering. And so you were literally programming your own body to attract those vibrational experiences to you. And fruit is less karmic. Fruit is more naturally occurring. It's ever producing. You don't have to kill the tree to eat the apple. You don't have to kill the vineyard to eat grapes continuously. They'll be ever producing. That is what God provided us. Coconuts, lemons, oranges. You just walk up and grab one and take it. Here's my food. You don't have to kill. That's what God and the universe has provided us. An ever-producing life force where we do not have to hurt each other. If you look at animals in life, chimpanzees have herbivore teeth just as we do. And if you look at the comparison of herbivores' teeth and what they eat plant life, right? And if you look at carnivores, they have very sharp teeth. They have claws to rip through flesh and be able to eat it. And their intestines are actually much shorter than ours to help the meat be eliminated faster. Whereas we have long intestines where the fruit and the veggies can digest and go through our body a lot longer. The human body wasn't meant to digest meat. And so what happens is if you eat meat, it actually can putrefy in your body because it's not digesting properly and it's not leaving in time. And so it actually can start to rot in your body and you actually can smell bad. That's why a lot of fatter people who've eaten a lot of meat, if you just walk around and you can just smell their stink, that's because they've been eating terribly. And you can actually smell it. Even in skinny people, I've walked down halls before and I've smelled people from far away, the smell of meat, like putrefying. And so if you'd like to smell fresher, if you'd like to have a better scent, eat more fruits. Fruits are going to help you smell sweeter and you're going to smell more attractive. And it may take time to get rid of the energy that you've had in your body, but if consistency is key. And I have been sometimes inconsistent, but I get back on there, I get back into the game, and I remind myself that I'm here to become more healthy than I've ever been. I'm here to build muscle strength, go to the gym, exercise, and become more awake and alive with enthusiasm, high quality energy, and actions that produce quality results in my life. Because the more you eat healthy, the more energy you have, the more you can succeed with your business, your dreams. You'll have more efficiency and speed, clarity of mind and focus. I know that I have more awareness now eating fruits than I have in the past eating all that junk, such as, the pizzas, the burritos, the Subways, and the crappy chips and all the junk. Because every time I've ate those things, I would see my head become more foggy headed and I would actually feel my energy come down. And so once you start to clean up, you start to realize, wow, I can actually think better. I can think clearer. I have more awareness and focus and sharp agility, and I am actually more fluid. I get into the flow state, and it just becomes more natural to live life. One last thing I'd like to share with you as well is to get, as I already said, get rid of rice and beans and pastas and boxed foods, and start to eat like the fruits, but also the nuts that have helped me. I've had almonds have helped me, walnuts, but not in excess. If you have too many walnuts, you can have kind of a little bit of digestive issues. So I eat a few walnuts a day. And then also pistachios, raw pistachios, uncooked, unsalted, have been very good to me. I've loved them. They've tasted delicious and they digest really well. And then sunflower seeds, raw, uncooked, and hulled, right? So no salted, no roasted, just plain sunflower seeds that have been hulled. Those are very delicious. I eat those and they have been a great way for me to beat cravings. If I had a chip craving or I needed something else that was like processed, just eating a couple handfuls of sunflower seeds really helped satiate and satisfy me from not needing those kinds of foods in my life. Also, high quality grapes. Red and dark grapes are your best friend, and they're going to help you with those cravings as well. If you're hungry, eat a ton of grapes. Eat as many as you can. But be careful, because if you do eat too many grapes, it can upset your stomach, especially if you wake up just fresh in the morning. I've had that issue where I ate a ton of grapes and it was like, ooh, right? Same with watermelon. You could have a bunch of watermelon, but if you eat too much of it, it can really upset your stomach and you have to wait sometimes. Sometimes I was so hurt and I had to lay on the ground and let the watermelon just digest for a minute because it was like hurting bad. And so be careful about overeating watermelon and grapes, because they are nature's medicine. They are healthy. And so because what happens is they can, not only the sugars, but they can start releasing things in your body, and you can become like, you can start to have like detox effects, right? For example, when I was drinking celery juice for the first time, I started drinking a lot of celery juice, and I felt like my head was foggy after drinking a celery juice, and I felt like, whoa, I'm headachy and stuff like that. And I was drinking them for like days, and then all of a sudden I had gotten sick for like 4 days because the toxins probably had released, or the celery juice had released probably some toxins or something, and I had gotten sick for runny nose and like headachy for like 4 days or something like that. But anyways, I pray that you will work on developing a greater lifestyle that is in alignment with nature, becoming more healthy with the high quality vitality that the fruits provide, with the veggies nourish your mind, and that Gaia is giving you this life force to produce a quality life of physical strength and great awareness of self-worthy love and kindness, that you are a conscious vessel of divinity and truth to expand the reality of your own true center of heart and help humans raise the vibration of the universe, where we can shift the consciousness of society from hatred, greed, suffering, poverty to something more ideal that is positively prosperous, peaceful, kind-hearted, and loving towards each other. So thank you for joining me on this community. Please subscribe to this channel. I have much more content for you coming in the future, and I love to have you like this video. Have a wonderful, beautiful existence. Namaste.